Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for clicking that button. Welcome to Marriage Mondays. I am Reverend Dr. Tara Saunders, the Candid Christian Counselor. You have tuned into the Fruit of Our Hands Christian Counseling. Today's topic: pet peeves, bad habits, sinful behavior patterns. Let's get started. Now, I want to take a moment to define what is a pet peeve, what is a bad habit, what is simple behavior pattern? Since I primarily focus on relationships, all three will focus on the engaged couple. Now, a pet peeve is something that a person finds especially annoying, such as not responding to texts or calls, giving the silent treatment, not being considerate, when they say I'm fine, but they're really not, being too close with an ex, being unreliable, being late, acting differently around friends and family, being on the phone too much, comparing your relationship to others, talking about your flaws to other people, never apologizes, poor hygiene, taking you for granted, controlling behavior, acting jealous, walking away during disagreements, selfish, messy, not listening when you're talking, complaining all the time, being rude to others, letting you make all the decisions, always expecting you to pay, and needing constant validation, just to mention some. Now, a bad habit is often an unconscious pattern of behavior that is acquired through frequent repetition, such as vaguely disregarding the needs of your future spouse, fighting when stressed, being defensive when addressed about certain things, not actively listening, being passive aggressive, refusing to take criticism, and always refers to the past, just to mention some. Many pet peeves can turn into bad habits over time. Pet peeves and bad habits are normal to have. Everybody have pet peeves and bad habits. However, when they remain unaddressed because a couple did not go to premarital counseling, then I want to say that then I want to say it one more time. Then the pet peeves and the bad habits can cause major problems, some lasting for years. Sadly, they both can lead to divorce. And it is also sad that the engaged couple thought that they could live with each other's pet peeves and bad habits. They also believe that they can change one another. And this is a fact. In their eyes, changing the other person seemed doable, right? Now we've come to the definition of the sinful behavior pattern. In short, sinful behavior refers to behavior that violates what God desires us to do, whether in action, word, deed, or thought. Over time, if left unaddressed and there is no accountability set in place, any pet peeve or bad habit can turn into sinful behavior pattern. All three must be addressed and resolved at the onset before each one is allowed to cause detrimental damage. And this is so important. If you or your engaged or the spouse that you're getting ready to marry, if you or your spouse have pet peeves or bad habits, you must let me just say this. If you have pet peeves, bad habits, or you recognize or see a sinful behavior pattern or patterns, please, please, please do not get married. The purpose of this podcast today is to help you recognize your pet peeves, bad habits, and sinful behavior or behavior pattern or patterns. Not only talk about them, but find a Christian counselor to help you. Again, the goal is not to get married, but to stay married. So many engaged couples think love conquers all. If this were true, then the divorce rate would be much lower. The second goal of marriage is to make sure the engaged couple's love can outlast worse, poor, and sickness, and understand the biblical definition of love and cherish. Why? Couples do not get divorced because for better, richer, and in health. They don't do that. That is not the reason why couples get divorced. It is because of the bad, the worst, and the very ugly. So, as an engaged couple, you are not only to prepare for marriage, but equip yourselves with the necessary biblical foundation that will aid you and your spouse to have a healthy, successful, satisfying marriage. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for clicking that button. I am Reverend Dr. Tara S. Saunders, the Candid Christian Counselor. You have tuned into the Fruit of Our Hands Christian Counseling, Marriage Mondays. Today's topic, pet peeves, bad habits, and sinful behavior patterns. Until next time, be blessed, not stressed.